Welcome to video number 8. This is a K-2 lesson. This lesson is on how to bounce, catch, roll, and dribble a ball. I happen to have a basketball I can use. You can use any ball that you have around the house, preferably one that bounces, okay, so you can catch it. Okay? So first we're going to start with controlling the ball. That down there. So the first thing we're going to do, when we control the ball, we control it with our fingers. We want to make sure the palm is always gap between the palm and the ball, okay, as you can see right there. So I always have my fingertips on the ball. Okay? And the first thing we're going to do is just called hot potato. And the ball goes back and forth between my fingertips, or my fingers is fine, in front of my face. Okay? And if you get this, you can slow down if it's a little tougher. Okay, if you get good at it, you can go fast. Okay, and then they do something we call elevator from there. Elevator, an elevator goes up, and then an elevator comes back down. And the elevator goes up, and the elevator comes back down. Okay? So go ahead and do that for a little bit. Elevator up. If you have to keep your eyes on it, do that. Okay? And the elevator comes back down. And next ball handling drill we do is we're just going to wrap the ball around our waist. Okay, notice I control it with my fingertip. I'll go slow to start, but if you can go faster, you can go faster. Now my arms are long, so it's easy for me to wrap it around my waist. Okay, you may have to throw it a little bit behind you, and that's okay, but you're controlling it. Okay. Next thing we're going to do something called a figure 8. We get our feet kind of wide apart. We bend at the knees, and the ball goes behind, around, around my leg, front to back. And if you're looking over above, we're kind of making an 8. That's why it's called a figure 8. Notice how I'm moving my body to make it a lot easier. If you got to go slow, go slow. It's okay. Those are just some basic ball handling drills to just kind of get you warmed up to what we're going to do. What we're going to do next is we're going to take the ball, 2 hands, we're going to throw it up above our head and catch it. Okay? So we're working on our tracking. I'm only watching the ball and I'm catching. This may be kind of easy for you, but it's okay. Do this a few times. And once you've had that down, what you're going to do is you're going to toss, let it bounce once, and catch it. Okay? Toss, bounce, and catch. Okay, notice the higher I toss is the higher my bounce is. If I toss it low, the bounce is low. If I toss it higher, my bounce comes in nice and high. Okay? Toss, catch. Toss, catch. Toss, catch. Try that a few times. Okay, we're just warming up. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to dribble with our dominant hand, which is our right hand. If I turn around, you'll see that this is my right hand. So facing you, it looks like it's my left hand. Okay. Now when I dribble, I want to push down with my fingertips, okay, and keep the ball below my waist. So this is what it looks like. Notice how I'm pushing down with my fingertips. I'm looking at the ball. If you can do it without looking at the ball, that's even better. And once you got that down, switch to your other hand. Let's see if you can do this with your left hand. Remember, at any time, you can stop the video and practice, and I'll be here when you get back. Now, next one is alternating right-left. Okay. I'm going right to left. Kind of getting a rhythm. Okay. Still pushing down with my fingertips. Okay? And if you have a little room, I have a little room on my patio, you can walk around your area. Or if you have room, switch hands. Okay, go right, left, practice a little bit. Good. Now, next thing we're going to do is we're going to play a game called Squirrels and Acorns. We played it before. We're going to modify it a little bit. I'm going to use 2 hula hoops. And you can use anything you want, string, any target. You don't even have to have a hoop. You can just put it on your patio or on your floor somewhere. I'm going to just happen to have a ball here I'm grabbed. You can use anything. And what I'm going to do is, I'm the squirrel. That is my acorn. While I'm dribbling, I'm going to grab the acorn, keep my dribble, and I'm going to move it to my den. Okay? And you can put a few more things over there, or just use one and go back and forth. I'm going to come back here, grab my acorn, switch hands, and put my acorn back. The whole time I'm playing, I'm dribbling. Okay, so you get to practice your dribbling skills. Now, next thing we're going to go into is rolling the ball. And when I roll the ball, I want the ball to roll nice and smooth along the ground. Okay, so when I release the ball, I'm close to the ground so that the ball will roll on the ground. Okay, give you an example of a roll. The ball stays low to the ground. Because my hands are low to the ground, I release it low, and it rolls. Now, I'm going to show you what happens when you don't get your hands close to the ground and you release the ball will bounce. That's not a roll. Okay, we want to practice rolling the ball. If you have another person that you could practice with 2 hands, rolling the ball. Okay? Next, I want you to move on to rolling the ball with 1 hand. Okay, this leads into bowling. Okay. 1 hand, you're going to grab it with 1 hand, just like we practice. Step with your left, back with the right, and when you roll it, your hand almost touches the ground but doesn't. And you let the ball go, and the ball rolls. What happens if you release the ball too high? You get a bounce. That's not what we want. We want to roll. Okay? Now this can lead into a game. You can play a game if you got another person. One thing to do, stand about 10 feet away, open up your legs nice and wide, and if you roll the ball through the legs, you get a point. First person to 10 points wins. Okay? Or maybe if I'm just by myself like I am, I could pick targets on my blacktop. I'll say, okay, I'm going to roll the ball, and if I hit my barbecue, I get a point. Okay, good, I got a point, 1 point. I may come back and say, okay, if I roll the ball, get it to stop right in my yellow hula hoop, I get a point. This takes some touch. Oh, I rolled out. I don't get any points, but I still have one. Okay. So, wrapping up the video, once again, ball handling with the fingertips, dribbling with the fingers, okay, and rolling nice and low to the ground.